Hello students, in this video we solve some of the digestive system related questions, that is MCQ types. Number 1. The largest gland in the human body is. ह्यूमन बॉडी की जो लार्जेस्ट ग्लैंड है वो है लीवर, यानी कि ऑप्शन बी आपका यहाँ पे करेक्ट आंसर है। सेकेंड क्वेश्चन है द एंजाइम दैट डाइजेस्ट स्टार्च इन द माउथ। माउथ के अंदर जो स्टार्च को डाइजेस्ट करने वाला एंजाइम है अमाइलेज। अमाइलेज एंजाइम जो है स्टार्च को माल्टोज में ब्रेक डाउन करता है। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है द फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन इन स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन आर कॉल्ड, दैट इज कॉल्ड विली। विली इज द फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शन which increase the surface area for absorption of digested food. Next question, the organ that store bile, gallbladder. Gallbladder is stored the bile. Gallbladder is the correct answer of these questions. Next, the acid present in the stomach, hydrochloric acid is present in stomach. Next question, which part of the alimentary canal absorb most nutrients? Small intestine is the absorb most nutrients, small intestine. The enzyme that break down proteins in the stomach, pepsin enzymes is break down proteins in stomach. The pancreas secrete pancreatic enzymes, यानी कि digestive enzymes, pancreatic enzymes. Next question, the movement of food through the digestive tract is called, that is called peristalsis movement, peristalsis. Which vitamin is synthesized in the large intestine? Vitamin K is synthesized in large intestine. The first part of the small intestine, duodenum, jejunum and ileum. Duodenum is the first part, jejunum is the second part and ileum is the third part. Option 3 is the correct answer. Next, which organ is responsible for detoxification and bile production? Bile is produced by liver. Liver is largest gland of the body. 13, question number 13, absorption of water mainly take place in the large intestine. Water and salt and minerals, absorbed by the large intestine. Next question, which part of the alimentary canal is responsible for protein digestion? Protein digested in a stomach and small intestine. There is no option of the small intestine, so the stomach protein. Which enzyme is released in protein? That in stomach that digest protein, pepsin enzyme is released by the stomach. 15, rugi are found in stomach. Option B is the correct answer. Which enzyme digests fats? Fat is digested by lipase enzymes, and lipase enzymes is break down fats into fatty acid and glycerol. Okay, Next, the liver produce bile juice and bile salt. Next, digestion of carbohydrate start in the carbohydrate is digested from the mouth. In mouth, starch is break down into maltose, presence of amylose enzymes and ptyalin enzymes. Amylose and ptyalin is the same. 19. The semi-liquid food in the stomach is called chyme. Semi-liquid food is called chyme in the stomach. The longest part of the alimentary canal is small intestine. Small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. The valve between the stomach and small intestine, stomach and small intestine, that is called pyloric sphincter. Pyloric sphincters, that is pyloric sphincters, that is stomach and small intestine. This is pyloric sphincters. Okay, this is cardiac sphincter. Okay, next, which gland is both exocrine and endocrine? Endocrine and exocrines, the pancreas is both endocrines and exocrine. Endocrine glands, it is release hormones, so this is also called endocrine, and it release pancreatic enzyme, pancreatic juice, which have enzymes, pancreatic juice, which have trypsin and digestive enzymes. So this gland release hormones and pancreatic juice and enzymes, so this is called exocrine and endocrine. So this gland is called mixed gland. Okay, next question. Saliva is secreted by salivary glands, sublingual, submandibulars and parotid glands. Three glands is the salivary glands: sublingual, submandibular and parotid, which have in mouth. Okay, next questions. The function of bile is emulsified fats. Fat is break down into small droplets, small globules by the bile salt. So this process is called emulsification, and emulsification process is done by the bile salt, take place inside the small intestine. Next, which structure prevent food from entering the windpipe? विंडपाइप के अंदर जो है भोजन को कौन जाने से रोकता है? तो एपिग्लोटिस जो है, दैट इज घाटी द्वार, ये भोजन को श्वास नली में जाने से रोकती है, एपिग्लोटिस। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन है, गैस्ट्रिक जूस कंटेन, गैस्ट्रिक जूस के अंदर क्या होता है? तो देखिए, गैस्ट्रिक जूस के अंदर होता है पेप्सिन एंड हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड, एंड pH ऑफ हाइड्रोक्लोरिक एसिड इज 2.2, pH होता है HCl का 2.2. So the media of stomach is acidic and the pepsin enzyme is active during the acidic media, and pepsin act proteins So the digestion inside the stomach of the proteins. Next, the digestive enzyme trypsin enzyme act proteins. The trypsin enzyme is released by the pancreas and it act proteins. Okay. Next, the final product of carbohydrate digestion are, फाइनल प्रोडक्ट जो है कार्बोहाइड्रेट का, दैट इज मोनोसेकेराइड, यानी कि जो है स्टार्च जो होता है फाइनली कन्वर्टेड इनटू मोनोसेकेराइड, यानी कि ग्लूकोज में कन्वर्ट हो जाता है. ओके. नेक्स्ट, विच पार्ट ऑफ द कोलन इज कनेक्टेड टू द स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन? Cecum is the connected to the, which part of the colon is connected to the small intestine? देखिए, duodenum, jejunum and ileum is the part of the small intestine and cecum, colon and rectum is the part of the large intestine. So the cecum is connected to the ileum. Okay, the cecum is connected. Colon is connected to the cecum. Okay, ये यहाँ देखिए, colon is connected to the cecum and colon is connected rectum. Next, the appendix is attached to the cecum. Next, the digestive enzyme is also known as gastrointestinal tract. Digestive systems is called gastrointestinal tract. Next, the roof of the mouth is called palate. Palate is also called the roof of mouth. Next, in which organ is chyme formed? The chyme is formed in stomach. Next, where is most bile stored before release? The bile is stored before release in gallbladder. Next, protein digestion is completed in the protein is firstly digested in stomach but complete in the small intestine. Next, the outermost layer of the alimentary canal is called serosa is the outermost layer of the alimentary canal. Next, lacteal in villi absorb. The lacteal in villi absorb fats. Next, the pH of gastric juice is around 2 because the in gastric juice contain pepsin and HCl. The pH of HCl is 2.2. Okay, so the around 2 pH of the gastric juice. Next, the part of the digestive tract that absorb vitamin B12. The ileum is absorbed. Ileum is the final part. Duodenum, jejunum and ileum is the final part of the small intestine. Small intestine का जो final part है, that is ileum, which absorb vitamin B12. Next, which organ produce insulin and digestive enzymes? Pancreas is produce insulin and digestive enzymes such like pancreatic juice, which have trypsin enzyme, and trypsin enzyme act to the protein. Next, mucus in the stomach. Mucus in stomach, it protect the stomach lining. Next, food moves from the mouth to the stomach through mouth to stomach. Food move. This structure, this is mouth and this is stomach. This is mouth and there is the food moves from that is this structure is called esophagus. Esophagus. The esophagus is the correct answer. Next, the main function of the rectum. Rectum is storage of the feces. Rectum storage of feces. Next, pepsin is active. The pepsin enzyme is active in acidic media and pepsin is act in stomach and stomach release HCl, and due to the presence of HCl, pepsin is active. Pepsin is active because the pepsin is active in acidic media. Next, pancreatic juice does not contain amylase, lipase, trypsin and pepsin. The pancreatic juice does not contain pepsin because pepsin is released in stomach. Okay, stomach, only in stomach. Next, which hormone stimulates the release of gastric juice? The gastric juice is stimulated release by the gastrin hormone. Next, which part of the digestive system stores undigested food temporarily? The undigested food is stored temporarily by the rectum. Okay, rectum. Next, enzyme responsible for digestion of milk protein in infant is that is renin. Renin is enzymes which responsible for digestion of milk protein in infants childhood. Infants. Next, the liver is located in which quadrant of the abdomen? The liver is located upper right parts. So option B is the correct answer. Upper right. Okay, upper right is the correct answer. Next, the opening between the esophagus and stomach is called. Okay, two sphincters here show, that is stomach. Okay, that is esophagus, and this is a sphincter, this is a sphincter, and this sphincter is called cardiovascular. That is called cardiovascular. So the option C is the correct answer. Cardiovascular is the correct answer. Okay, cardiovascular is the correct answer. Okay, and that is pyloric sphincter. Pyloric sphincter is found small intestine and stomach, between the small intestine and stomach, and cardiovascular sphincter is found located between the esophagus and stomach. Okay, thank you. We meet again next video.